Hey there, superstars. I'm Coach Karen with a new coach tip video for you and for the new year. Today, we're going to talk about how to create resolutions or goals, set goals that actually you see through, that go the distance. And here's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start by telling you that only 8% of people, statistically, according to a recent survey by the University of North Carolina, actually accomplish their resolutions, their New Year's resolutions by the end of the year. And most people, statistically, even though 50% of people approximately make New Year's resolutions, more than half of these give up within the first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't want this to be you. I know that you have big things to do and new realms to reach. And even after a very difficult year, a year in which the circumstances may have really played a part in inhibiting your goal setting, you can always start fresh. Now, the reasons most people give up on their goals is for several reasons, and that's what I've found coaching over 500 super high performance individuals in private coaching. The first of them is the goals are too extremely diversified. They're not too big. There's no such thing as a goal that is too big. There really is just too many goals. Most of us are simply not focused. We're not thinking along the lines of what is the one thing, maybe two, but what is the one thing that will really make a substantial difference to my life in the next year? So the first tip to getting goals and setting resolutions that actually count and you go the distance with is be focused on the one thing that will really make a difference substantially to your life. The second thing is make it sexy. A lot of times we drop our resolutions, we drop our goals because, to be very honest, they're not that appealing to us. There are a lot of people who say, I want to read 50 books, but the truth is they don't really love to read. So why are you setting such a standard, especially around something you don't particularly like to do? And the third is make them sustainable. The third reason people don't really go fully for their goals is not particularly because the goal is too big, but simply because they have set it far too loftily from where they stand. So for example, if you've never read 50 books in a year, it's going to be a really big stretch for you to read 50 books next year. But you can read 12. You can't set yourself the goal of reading one new book, especially if it's entertaining, especially if you can be easy on yourself and drop the ones you don't actually feel like finishing every single month for the next year. So be sustainable about it. Don't be limiting yourself. Don't limit the scope of your dreams. Don't limit the scope of where you're eventually going to get. Just make it more sustainable to something that is a pace that matches up and lines up with your life and your preferences. Those three tips: be focused, be sustainable, and really come at it from the place that actually knows how to get aligned around what you really, really want and is connected to something that is sexy to you, really means something to you, is what's going to help you go the distance. I hope that these three simple tips have helped you to set resolutions that really go the distance. If you have any questions, any particulars around your goals that you want to discuss, you can book a consultation with me. I'm always here for you, and I am really wishing for your success. Get back out there and live with enthusiasm.